Well, hey guys, hello and welcome back to the homestead. I know it's been a little bit since put out a video. We had my mother-in-law in town a couple of weeks ago, and last week was just a real busy week doing other stuff, so I kind of took that week off. This week we've actually got some nice weather today and tomorrow, so I'm going to try to build some garden beds to get ready for this year's season. And I kind of wanted to take you along on some of that and kind of show you some stuff. I'm doing this year as best I can on the cheap. I've got some brace boards that I got. They're someone's throw-offs, so I kind of got those. I don't think I had to pay anything for those. Some of these, if they were real, a pretty cheap amount. And then I got some picket boards for $2 each for $5 for 5-foot long picket boards. So it's not a bad deal, but I kind of also wanted to show you what you could do with boards that somebody else would just be kind of throwing away. So let me turn you around and kind of show you what we got going on here. So as you can see, here's a couple of the boards that I'm using right offhand. I'm going to take these. Typically these would be boards that you'd end up throwing away because of how badly they're curved. And if you look at this one, you can kind of see a major curve and stuff in that one as well. And both of them have got a lot of curves, but if you're cutting them into short pieces like this is what I'm using as my standard. That's 16.5 inches that I'm going to be cutting this into. It breaks it down, and we'll take you along as I cut them down and show you how well they do. When you cut them down into shorter pieces like that, then that curve that's in the board doesn't make as much of a difference. And then the boards, these are the picket boards that I got. Paid $2 each for them. There's 150 boards there. And I got that, like I said, that was a pretty good deal. I got that at as well. So we'll be putting those together. I think the finished product is going to end up looking like the big one over there. That's kind of the general idea anyway. So let's take some of these messed up boards that look like that and go see what we can actually make with them. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn around and see what we can do about making some garden beds. So as you can see there, we took that really curved board and just turned it into five equal pieces there that are really not that curved. You don't see it, they're actually all pretty straight. So you can take what most people consider to be throwaway wood because of all the bends and the twists and stuff in it, and just use it in smaller pieces and still make something out of it. So I'm got some building to go do. I'm going to cut up a bunch more of these. And when I start putting together boxes, I'll kind of bring you back on that, and we'll pick up at that point. So let me go cut a bunch more of these and see where we're at. We'll be back to you. So I did kind of want to take a look. One of the things you want to pay attention to if you've got boards like this that are kind of curved is you may want to recheck your measurements after you've done some cutting, because they may lose some the measurements may be right. So you see this double line here, the one line to the left was the original line, and after I'd made a couple of cuts I did a double check, and that's a good 1/4 of an inch off, so I remarked it for another 1/4 of an inch. And so when you're making these and kind of doing this, you just need to go back and make sure you double check your measurements as you go along, just to make sure it doesn't lose it in the cutting process. The other three from this particular board are all within reason the same length, so that one just looked like it was just a little bit off. So we're doing good here. Just a little note to double check your measurements before you cut on each cut, just to make sure. So just wanted to show you that, and we'll bring you back later. Well, hey guys, it's the second day and I've been working on this now for a little bit. Figured to kind of bring you along, show you some of the progress I've done and some of the methods that I'm kind of using along. So Let me turn you around and show you what all I'm working on and where we're at. So the boards that are there on the bottom on that sawhorse and that one are the ones we cut. Those are all 16.5 inches high. They're being put, actually sorry about that, that was probably a little bit fast. I'm making these sides here, that's enough sides for 2 beds. And if you can see the 16.5, got one on each end and one in the middle. And then the 5-foot boards are screwed together in the middle and on each end. So I've gotten that much done, and then this one's in the process. Now one of the things I did do here, the centerpiece right there is actually a 2x2. It's a 2x4 that I'd ripped in half a while back when I had the chance. I cut that down to 5 foot, and that kind of gave me the measurement. Also helped the base kind of stand up so that I didn't have to balance all that stuff. And then you can see I put this side together already, but what I'm doing on this side, it's going to be the same thing as I did the other side. So I'm using one of the fence boards there, 5 foot, as kind of my spacer. And then I'm using some of the shorter boards that I had as to kind of lift it up off the ground on the bottom, and then that lets me put the boards on there flat, and I can just go ahead and screw them in and match everything up, and they go in pretty easy. So you can kind of get the idea of where we're at and what this looks like at this point. That's gonna be a 5x10 bed, and with that centerpiece, it makes it easy enough to kind of pick it up and move it around a little bit too. So I'm almost done with this bed. I got one more bed to go, and then I've cut enough of the short ones to make a total of 7 beds. So we got 5 more to build after these. So I got a lot of work to do. We'll get back to you. Oh, hey guys, I figured I'd kind of wrap this video up a little bit for the day. I got a total of 3 beds made. I'll show you those here in a second. I got 4 more I still need to make. So let me kind of show you some of the finished product where we're at right now. So there are the first 2, and there's the 3rd one right there. That shows the beds. Now obviously they still got to get filled and stuff, but this alone, along with that one that I'd done earlier, more than doubles the planting space once I get these all completed. So as far as the spring garden, we'll see. Depends on when all this stuff gets done and when it actually gets filled up and stuff. Now I do know next week we've got some teen weather coming in, so I don't know right offhand just how much we're going to actually get done next weekend, but we'll see. Tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day, but I'm going to be busy most of the day. Notice over here I did get some straw in. I got a couple of bales of straw. I'm going to take that and put that on my garlic and onions here, just so that they've got a little extra layer of protection for the upcoming temps. We're in North Texas. It doesn't normally get below 20, but we're supposed to actually see down in 14 degrees next week. So yeah, I want to see what I can do about getting all this fun stuff protected. But you can see garlic and onions are still doing pretty good. The carrots actually are doing fairly well here as well. I know I've gone through and thinned a few of them out and harvested a few, and they have, done all right. Some of the beets are still doing good. I actually got some of the peas that haven't totally died yet. I have to take a look and see if I've actually got any on there. And then I need to come over here, and I'm probably going to go ahead and pick a lot of my rutabagas. If these look sick right now, it's because the chickens actually love them. When I'm letting them out to free range and stuff, I've been having to kick them out of here quite a bit. But if you can kind of see, I've got quite a few rutabagas in here that I need to go ahead and pick. I may take a picture of it after I get them picked and add it to the end of this video. So anyway, that's where we're at. So that's where we're at on the homestead for this week. I'm going to continue making these beds. It's going to be a kind of a work in progress. We'll see how far we get done. So But that's going to be it for this week. Hope you have a great week. If it's getting cold, I think this cold weather, especially Midwest all the way down to South Texas, that Arctic cold front's supposed to be blowing through. So hopefully you're not in the middle of that and can stay warm through it. Have a great week next week. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.